Hey folks, Ken here. Quick update on the trials and tribulations with the pond. By the way, I've just spent the last couple of hours giving the filter house a good clean and a tidy. Um, Although you might notice that most of what comes in here blows in through the door, so there's dust and leaves and stuff, but I gave it a decent clean. I just have everything turned off for the minute, as I usually do, so you can hear me and there'll be no background noise. Last time I spoke to you, I had got hold of Larynx, not Larynx Pro. The reason I bought Larynx is, rightly or wrongly, I felt that Larynx did solve my, or at least solve it somewhat, the fluke problem I had last year. So I had tried, just to bring you up to date, 2 doses of 150% flubanol, which did absolutely nothing. So I have come to the conclusion, as others have said, that flubanol is of no further use to koi. In fact, we believe here in Ireland there's a group of koi keepers. We went to look for it last year and the vet told us that it's no longer available. So it sounds as though it doesn't even do its job for sheep or chickens or pigs or whatever it's used for. Probably all of those things, or was used. So after that, I had 2 doses of Fluke Solve Plus. Now, I haven't used it before, but I've read really good things about it. Did 2 doses of Fluke Solve Plus, nada. Nothing, made no difference. Scraped again, still had fluke. Not even sure the Fluke Solve Plus even knocked them back, to be honest. I then ordered online from Germany because the UK is just too expensive at the moment. 2 tubs, 800-gram tubs of Larynx. So I did what some others have advised. I did 2 treatments of PP on day 1 and day 3, and then on day 5 I did the Larynx treatment. And I honestly thought after a week or so the fish stopped flashing. They look good. Um, that I got through it. But lo and behold, a few days later, started flashing again. Took out a few, scraped them, nothing. Couldn't find anything. Bar a few dead flukes, and I must say dead, they weren't just dormant, they were actually broken up. Left it for another few days, still lots of flashing. Took another couple out and scraped them and found a fair few fluke, moving alive very much so. So I did another PP treatment, a good long one, and I then followed up the following day with a Larynx treatment. And that was about, when was that? I did the Larynx treatment. Today is Saturday. On Wednesday. There's still a bit of flashing. By the way, I did add a few new fish as well last week. I was up with Mark and Clearly Aquatics in Bangor, just outside Belfast, and I added, well, one was my wife's choice, and there was, I think, 5 tosai. They're in there if I can see any of them. No, I can't at the minute. They were around. Oh, that was my wife's choice there, the Tancho, which is nice. Wasn't cheap, but nice. We did have a previous Tancho, believe it or not. That's a Tancho there, but its red spot completely disappeared. He is now a white fish, whatever you'd call him. He's not an Ogon, he's not white enough. That's a platinum Ogon there. But the fish are fine, you know. I mean, I know fluke aren't great and it can lead to bacterial problems with the fish. Or besides, this fella has a little ulcer on his head or a nick from flashing. I'll need to keep an eye on, and it's an old wound on that fish. He's had it since I got him. So one of the guys I know donated him when I set up my ponds. But other than that, they're kind of looking okay. They're looking for food. I haven't fed them since I did the PP treatments, and the water's dropped. I have the trickle in very low, so the water's dropped below, so hence the crap, because I've no skimmer at the minute. I don't want to dilute it too much with the treatment in it. So that's it. Am I going to be successful? I'm sort of thinking probably not. And there's the doggies. Probably not, to be honest with you. And it's really annoying. It's frustrating because I've a number of fish in there that I want to move on, and I can't move them on because I'll be giving somebody dynamite Fluke that they won't be able to shift. So when I was up in Clearly Aquatics, I had a quick chat with Mark, and Mark McKinney, who runs Clearly Aquatics, he said, you know, lots of people have the same problem. From his experience, there just seems to be a domestic strain of Fluke that is resistant to current medications. He said any Fluke he gets in, and it does happen the odd time they get a shipment from Japan and they get Fluke, he shifts it, with just the over-the-counter medications, no problem, one treatment. He was saying there are a new treatments in the pipeline. One of them I've seen online is Fluke X, which is from Vetarc, who make Fluke Solve Plus, FLUKE-EX. The likes of Quinnicoi and others are just starting to get it in. I'd like to try it, but I'll probably have to wait. I'm going to be over at the show at the end of June, the All England Koi show, the BKKS show, I think it is. So I'll probably get some there if I don't get some beforehand. But that's it. It's annoying. It's frustrating. And it's bloody expensive. A treatment. Now, the Flubanol I had, but the Fluke Solve Plus last year, I paid about €160 for 2 treatments. The same for the Lernex, paid about €160 for that, and I'll pay about the same for the Fluke X or whatever. And it's just frustrating and expensive, and especially when you just feel you're not getting anywhere and you can't enjoy the hobby, but such is life. I have been feeding the fish, and the parameters of the water have all been fairly good. Nitrite was down below 0.01 or 0.1, which is fine. Didn't check ammonia. My ammonia is always fine. I just find it's, once you start off slow and build up the feeding over a few weeks, I generally don't have a problem. But yeah, that's it. So I was feeding twice a day. I'd started on the sort of full summer food, which I think I can feed. It's the what is it? Oh, I can't think of the name of it now. But it's fine. What I've done is as well, there's 6 mil pellets. I've got some 3 mil pellets for the smaller koi. I did as well have a, make sure I don't fall over a dog, a small Ginrin shag that I took inside for the winter because it was lying in the bottom of the pond. Went to fish it out, thought it was dead and it was alive, so I stuck it into a 60-litre fish tank I have inside. There's one of the little, what is he, a Sankey? There, one of the Tosai I added. I put him back into the pond there because the temperature's up over 18 now, and he's been fine. So I did the PP because I was concerned if I waited much longer, I'd solve my Fluke problem and then put him back in and probably reintroduce it. So I wanted to treat him as well, so I put him back in, but he has been fine. As you can see, they look pretty good. The pond has had better days now when you're no UV and treating. There's another one there. I'm not too sure what you call him. He's gone now because he knew I was photographing him. There's a little Sankey again. He's likes the attention. The other fella's down there. You can see him now. Goldfish are still fine. One of my goldfish, that fella there, he was hanging sort of near the top of the pond, not at the top. I was wondering, was he maybe just a fluke and he's a bit more impacted than the other fish? But he looks fine there now. They're all swimming around. No more of the new ones. Now the new ones just all go away. That's me goshki I added last year that lost all this Benny. There are just some fish, and it's probably because I'm a hard water area when I put them in, like my what do you call them, the tancho just loses the Benny. You can see another of the couple of the small ones there. Yeah, anyway, I shall leave it at that. But what I'll do is I'll report back in a few days and let you know whether the second treatment of Larenex has been successful and what my next steps are, because there has to be a next step. So I will talk to you then. If you have any experiences of Fluke X or any other new treatments or any other treatment regime, let me know, because I'm really not having much luck at the moment. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers.